Good morning, everybody. This is Days. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. And no, we're not live. I actually have footage of our Kingdom Dungeon in the background. So in this video, we're going to be talking about my experience with Kingdom Dungeon. We literally got the stream together and went and did it right away. It's a lot of fun. We'll talk about what we learned. Let's go ahead and dig in. So first off, if you are looking to get into Kingdom Dungeon, so far it's been pretty easy. It's basically you go in, you fight a boss, you want to make sure to do your reputation quest so that you can gain access, and then it's a matter of kind of inviting your guild members. There's a little summon icon in the upper left-hand corner. You can see up there it says players 19 and then it says summon. And then I can go, once all my guild members get in, I can go to non-members, okay, and then I can go to settings and adjust the amount of non-members that are allowed to come in, and I can actually ping recruitment chat worldwide to invite people to come and help us with this boss. Now, this boss is not particularly difficult. He does drop some really good Kingdom EXP. One thing to note, if you are going to be a helper, and if you are showing up, is you do have a limited amount of times that you can respond to aid for other guilds in the span of a week. So we were testing with a couple of other guilds from my stream because we were live at the time, and it does appear that you can only help another guild 3 separate times, and your drops are kind of not the best. It's definitely one of those situations where, maybe a guild has a sister guild, like we have Goblin Tea Party as well as Mole Colony, and we may call on Goblin Tea Party to help us kind of clear our way up to a tier where that we may not normally be able to clear. So we did make it all the way to tier 3 of the Kingdom Dungeon, and it's pretty much exactly what you would expect. It's just a boss fight. You go in, it's probably going to be a different elemental boss fight every week, I would imagine. You get these items that are called jewels. Basically, they look like trees and they're jewels, and they're kind of designed to be slotted into the 3rd slot of your equipment when you do unlock gems that far. That was confirmed to me by Light, which is part of another, which is the top guild on our server. We were talking about the actual drops. And of course, you get a good amount of Kingdom experience. You can also choose to refight the same tier. It's not like Kingdom Defense, where when you're running Kingdom Defense, you clear tier 1 and then you got to pay obsidian to get access to tier 2. It's actually, you clear tier 1, you get a free entry on tier 2, you get a free entry on tier 3, and then when you get to the tier that you want to farm, that's when you can pay the gold to actually retry that tier for your guild. So it is one of those things where maybe a couple members of the guild could clear Kingdom Defense up to tier 3. Some people were saying that they were able to solo tier 1 quite easily, but they could clear it, bust it out, kind of get it into a situation where you're going to have Kingdom Defense ready for kind of everybody, and then you kind of slip it in with Kingdom Defense when you are running that as a guild on a certain day. And you do get really good Kingdom EXP from this, and I do think this is going to end up giving a lot more Kingdom EXP than actually the guild defense or the Kingdom Defense that we were doing previously. Because of Kingdom Defense, you have to contribute obsidian. You're only getting 4,200 if you can maybe clear tier 2, right? But with Guild Dungeon or Kingdom Dungeon, it's not only cheaper because it costs gold to rerun, but you get automatic clear on 1, basically. You get a free clear on 2, you get a free clear on 3, right? Like your first clear on all of these different tiers is like a tier 1. So it's one of those things where there's a lot more opportunity for Kingdom EXP in Kingdom Dungeon than there actually is in Kingdom Defense. So I do think Kingdom Dungeon is going to be a very important mechanic for kingdoms to be doing every single week. I think you're going to want to pour your gold if you're able to clear tier 3. You may want to pair up with another guild so that you can get 50 members in and maybe agree to try and help each other. But remember, you can only help a certain amount of people per week, right? So you are going to have to plan it out where maybe Mole Colony helps Goblin Tea Party, or Goblin Tea Party helps out Mole Colony. It's also important to note here, Nameless, who is a regular viewer of mine and is in another guild on our server that is kind of, he jumps in and out for helping us, basically. he was here and Jason was here, who is from Queen Eileen's guild. And what we noticed is that the drops that we were getting were participation based, but if you are outside of the guild, you're not going to qualify for a tier-based ranking reward. So you can't get tier 1, you can't get tier 2. The only people, for example, here in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, the rankings for Dexterman, Diggs, and Zamus, those are all guild members. Only guild members can rank. And you're really not going to get a ton of rewards for helping out. You're going to get maybe like 10 kingdom coins at most. And really, it's just one of those things where you're doing this to help your guild. You're doing this to help your guild mates. You're doing this to help your guild friends. It's one of those things that is why you are doing this. You're not doing this to get a ton of rewards, to, get rewards for yourself. As you can see on the screen down at the bottom there, if you don't actually contribute anything, you're not going to get points. So if you're literally just like bringing new players in and they're just standing in the background, they're not going to get anything. So you can see here I'm looking at floor tier 4 in the video, and I'm kind of looking at the Treant statue core, which is that tier 3 jewel essentially that we were talking about. Tier 4 gives 27,000 EXP. It's going to cost about 850,000 CP, but I was really kind of wondering if we were going to be able to clear this, or if we weren't going to, or if maybe we were going to need to get some other guilds in. But the fact that we cleared tier 3 and we got such good rewards from clearing tier 3, it's only 450,000 gold to reset it once. I mean, it just makes sense to me to get in there and do that. And when I was looking at tier 4, there's nothing that indicated a time limit or a wiping limit to me on the dungeon encounter. That's something I have yet to figure out here, but it's quite possible there is. I do kind of wonder if you can just keep throwing bodies at it, because people can keep joining, they can keep attacking. Like, even after you've engaged the boss, people can still teleport in. So there's kind of a lot to do with Kingdom Dungeon. I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys are really excited for it. If this video helped you in any way, please leave a subscription on YouTube. I am trying to become a Nino Kuni content creator right now, and the algorithm don't like me that much. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you have any specifics, make sure to drop them in the comments down below, because this was kind of just our experience jumping in and having fun. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun on Saturday when we run kind of the higher difficulties with our guild, and we get our sister guild in. So I'll talk to you guys later, and have a great rest of your day.